Hey, how's it going, Sag? It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot. Welcome to the channel. So guys, I'm gonna do my intro and then dive right into the reading, which is totally my style. So it's time for April mid-month readings, and I'm going to use the Starman tarot card deck in combination with the StarGuide tarot card spread. So this is gonna be a really deep reading. I find these Starman readings are really, they look at what's really going on beneath the surface, like beneath the exterior of sometimes not so calm Sagittarius, but you know what I'm saying, the things that you might not want to talk about. And maybe you were drawn here so that you could talk about it with me in this reading. But anyway, I hope it resonates, and you know, definitely let me know what card really hit home for you, and you know, if you found that one thing that you were guided here to find out about yourself. And please remember to subscribe to the channel, because I'm here to help you guys on your spiritual journey and just your day-to-day life overall. So there's a card that poked out. I'm going to keep it, and we're going to look at what your present situation is right now, Sag. Got the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So there could be something going on where I'm really seeing where, you know, people are looking at you and they're kind of expecting you to be happy, but there's still something lacking for you. There's still something missing. Does that sound familiar? It's like you could have everything, you know, you could have the car, you could have the house, you could have the spouse, you know, I didn't want to rhyme or anything, but do you know what I mean? Like you could have the good job, or you could be retired, and for all intents and purposes, if somebody were looking at you from the outside, they were like, oh, they've got it made. You've got it made, Sagittarius. But for you, on the inside, you're like, well, you know, and maybe you can't quite put your finger on it right now. And this is a really intense Five of Pentacles. Like in some of the decks, there's light shining out from behind the pentacles. So it's like the universe is reminding you that there's, hey, there's more coming in for you to be happy about. But this one is a really dark green, and I want to say almost ominous, because I think for you, you're not seeing where the light bulb moment is coming in. So let's see why that is. The next card is going to look at any cause of conflict for you. So you've got the Princess of Swords here, which I find really fascinating, because it's like there could have been something that you just finished up that was a real struggle. Like the Princess of Swords follows the Ten of Swords. And when the Ten of Swords comes into your life, it's like a very, very difficult struggle ended. But then, okay, that was over, and you had this sense of relief, and maybe finally you got that house that you were looking for, you finally got the job, or whatever it was, that big thing that you fought really hard to get. Excuse me. So, and then the Princess of Swords, she's coming in and saying, well, there's nothing to fight for anymore, but I still feel like, hold on, I got a cough here, guys, sorry. No, I'm not sick. I just sometimes, like when I do so many readings, my throat gets sore. So anyways, like I'm really reminded of this particular scene in, I don't know if any of you guys watch Grey's Anatomy. Let me know if you do. There was a scene where Amelia had her tumor removed, and she kept on going on and on and on about wanting more scans, and because she felt like something was missing. It's like, you guys, I feel like you missed something. And then somebody finally said to her, it's just, you feel different because the tumor's been removed. So I'm seeing here that is what's going on here. It's like you maybe had this painful situation or a really elongated battle to accomplish something. And now that it's done, you're not quite sure what to do with yourself anymore, you know, or maybe you just recently retired and like you're kind of at a loss of what to do with yourself, and maybe you weren't a great big huge fan of your job or whatever, or you broke up with somebody that was a real instigator. So it's leaving a sense of hollowness that you don't know what to do. So it's not like you're in a real lack situation, it's just that something is gone that you were used to fighting, and then the Princess of Swords is coming in and saying, well, can we find something else to fight for? And this is causing you a little bit of conflict, because all you want to do is relax, but you're having this sort of underlying tone of almost like a low hum of anxiety, and maybe you're not even really registering it, other than to feel like a little bit discontented or a little bit out of place or a little bit like, I don't know what to do with myself. You know, it's like a low hum in the background. And it's because you don't have to fight right now, you know, and that's very odd for a fire sign. So let's see any changes needed in order to face the challenges. So we've got the this card cracks me up. He just like, this is the worst 10 of Wands I've ever seen. You can like see how he's battle weary and like he's almost at the end of the road, and it's okay for you guys to put that burden down. And this is really a devastating 10 of Wands, and it's okay to let things go. Like, you get to the end of journeys and it's over, you know, so you're supposed to breathe a sigh of relief and go, oh, I'm so glad that's done. Not turn around and go, well, I really miss arguing with my ex, or, you know, now that I live in this nice house, I miss having like rodents or something like that. Do you know what I mean? There was something, it was almost like a pestilence is gone out of your life and you don't know what to do. Like it became part of the fabric of your life. But the 10 of Wands just wants you to pack it away and leave it alone, you know? And this can come from like huge, long lasting traumas where you're starting to recover. It's kind of like, you know, when people lose a limb and they keep on having phantom pain, that's what's going on here. You're having a phantom pain for something that was removed from your life, but for the good for you, you know, you should be celebrating it and not feeling like, oh, I just don't know what to do with myself anymore. So you're going to have to replace that somehow. So let's look at your strengths. This is really fascinating here. We've got the Prince of Swords. So the Prince of Swords, he's got his sword tipped down, you know. A lot of the Prince of Swords, they've got their sword up in the air. They're ready to fight, but he's got his sword down and he's ready to just sort of see what life is going to bring in and drop the energy of fighting and just sort of allow a new wave to come in, because you're resisting what has left your life. And it was a good thing. It was a good change. You're just sort of resisting it because you got so used to it. And now like it's not going to allow the new things that come in. So having the strength to put it all down and recognize that that part of your journey is over and it's okay for you to enjoy it, and then allow something new to come in, because the universe always replaces something that left with something new. And it's called the vacuum law. And like, you might want to check that out because it's quite fascinating. And this is what needs to happen in your life next. You know, something will replace that void. You don't have to keep on looking at anything, especially if it was not fun for you. You know, it's gone for a reason and you struggled really hard for it to leave your life. So let's have a look at any other challenges you have here. The Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is all about moving forward into like a smoother way of living. And this is your challenge. Like, honestly, for fire signs, it's like everything has to be almost like staticky all the time. So it's like when you put on a sweater and it doesn't have static, you're like, well, you know, that fun thing that happened to my hair isn't going on in anymore, even if it was annoying. So you're really having a tough time because the static has been removed. So you got to change to another station so it comes in a little bit clearer. And the universe definitely does have something more to come in to replace this thing. And you don't even want it back, you know, but it's like you knew what to do with yourself for a while and now you don't. So let's have a look at your outcome. So you have the Three of Pentacles here, guys, and your outcome is like the card of alchemy. So if you don't know what alchemy is, there's an audiobook and there's a real book called The Alchemist. And I tried listening to the audiobook and I got about 75% of the way through, and it's really boring, but it's got such a good lesson if you can get through it, that you're the creator of your life and everything is a vision quest, everything that you're doing. So if you're being stuck in this current phase and you want to move forward, and I think many of you are not allowing yourself to move forward the way that you need to, just because you missed that old battlefield, you know. And I'm seeing that particularly a lot of you could have moved on from a place of employment either to a new job or you've retired, and it's so foreign. Like, you could be in a work environment now that is like, people are really nice and you're like, when is the honeymoon phase gonna end? But it's not, you know. So you can sort of accept it and accept that you can move forward and be really, really pleased with what is going on in your life. And then the universe is going to start offering you more things to be pleased for. And this is the stage of your life where you can start creating what it is that you really want to have happening in the absence of static. You know, there's no more white noise for you guys. There's something really soothing coming in, almost like the sound of waves being replaced by that, you know. I'm seeing a really like beautiful beginning here for you guys. You just have to learn to release the battle that you're so used to fighting, and then everything's gonna be okay. And it's okay for you to be okay and just be. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the read, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.